Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk about it's Jared. I wanted to talk about my first year at Chapman. I transferred in last fall, as a junior after spending 2 years at Pasadena City College. I had a lot of fun there. I I felt like a commuter. I went pretty much 2 to 3 days a week. It was like a 9 to 5 kind of day. I stacked my classes, so I was still able to work the other days of the week. I had a lot of fun. I pretty much learned how to use a radio board. That's where I started out, hosting my own show there, and just really practicing for the first time being in front of a camera or a mic, which I hadn't really done before. And it was good, but I obviously knew I needed to move on and get my degree if I wanted to get started in the business. So Chapman was the only school I actually got into. My dad was pretty upset that I didn't apply to some cheaper schools, but I'm here now. Doesn't matter. I got 1 year left. I enjoyed it here the first year. I think it was a good learning experience. I met a lot of different people. I started out hanging out with my orientation group most of the time because it was the only people I really knew. But as the year progressed, I started to hang out more with people in my major, just people I saw around campus, people that I grew up with. I have a few friends from my elementary school all the way up through high school that go here, so that's really nice. I get to see them a bit, so it's kind of fun. Just like, wow, look how far we've become from being Helmers Huskies to now being a year away from graduation. I enjoyed, for the most part, most of my classes. I would say that a class in the fall that took place Monday afternoons wasn't very fun, and it wasn't that fun at all. I'll just say it like that. It was a rough time, but I got through it, and I don't have to take that class ever again. So that's the best part. I think my favorite part of this year was really just doing Chapman News. I gotta be honest. My only regret this year is not joining Chapman News and helping out the moment I walked on campus. I think it was really the niche that I needed because it was people who wanted to do what I do and were really doing it. I know a lot of people, my friends, only it was like 2 or 3 people in my orientation group were broadcast journalism people. A lot of them were film. A lot of my friends who I started out hanging with at Chapman were film people, so they weren't really aware of this whole Chapman News vibe. But I love it so much. I loved helping out this semester, being able to go on camera multiple times, doing the little tech prompter stuff, helping out Thursday afternoons, write the stories, edit some stuff, put it into Avid. I thought it was a lot of fun because if that's what I want to do, I would have no problem just doing that every single day, just working on the show and just working on a local news show. I would have so much fun doing that because it's just we're going around a lot. There's a lot of creative vibes going on. Everybody's like trying to help each other out for the most part, and I really just enjoy it so much doing this, and I think that's what I'm going to take away from this year. My dad, he's always like, so what am I paying for? What are you getting out from this? And I tell him about Chapman News and learning about editing and stuff. He's like, all right, I guess that's good enough. And I'm super excited for next fall where I'll be able to enroll in Chapman News so I get the whole semester to help out. I'm pretty okay with how this year turned out. I think it was a transition year. I was nervous class-wise because I took classes with freshmen because I transferred in, so some of the stuff didn't matriculate, I guess would be the word. That it was weird because I was a junior, and I felt it was weird if I was like hanging out with freshmen because like they're still little kids, and stuff like that. Not like weird like that, but fuck. I think that it was tough because I would take certain classes, upper division classes that I was able to take, and that was with people who had already been here for a couple of years and already had their friend groups set up, and so I felt a little bit alone in certain parts of it, but not at all this semester. because I have the freshman people who I met in the fall, who I hang out with them, and I've been able to talk to the upperclassmen more and more, and I'll have classes with them in the fall, so I'll be just like normal now. So I think this last couple months have been awesome. Each class has been a lot of fun, and I really just enjoy this year. Seacrest Studios was a lot of fun. We're doing the radio shows, and the kids they loved it so much. The kids loved coming down to the studio. Some kids would wanted to spend the entire day there. It felt like they were there for the majority of the time we were there, because they just wanted to get out of their rooms and the green screen. They wanted to be in the music video. They wanted to know how camera works. They wanted to know how the audio board works. They had a lot of fun doing that. They had a lot of fun playing Crossy Road on the smart board too. I think that was a big highlight. So all in all, I'm excited for senior year coming up in August. I hopefully get hired somewhere in the summer and hopefully get hired somewhere in the fall so I can get my feet wet in terms of a major area that I can get ready for when I graduate in a year. So look out, world. Here I come.